Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mahindra AQ or Auto Quotient on NDTV. Auto Quotient, that's what we want to tap into. What is Auto Quotient? Well, of course, India is a booming automobile market right now. We are seeing auto fashion growing across the country, and that is exactly what we hope to tap into. And we went all across the country to bring you the most enthusiastic quizzers who know everything there is to know about automobiles. 16 cities, 7,500 applicants, 1,400 colleges. We restricted ourselves to engineering schools in our first edition. Let's get down to it. Today we are starting, of course, with the North Zone finalists. We have 16 finalists. The top 4 teams from the North Zone are here with us today. And let's go ahead and meet them. All right, IIT Roorkee, we've got 2 enthusiastic participants here. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Abhishek Sundar, a 4th year electrical engineering student.
And I'm Pratik Agrawal. I'm a 4th year student of production and industrial engineering.
All right, Abhishek, Pratik, many congratulations on reaching the finals. All the best to you today as well. IIT Delhi next.
Hi, myself Gulam Ghosh, and I am 3rd year mechanical engineering student.
I'm Piyush Kumar, 3rd year civil engineering student.
All right, always been keen on auto, both of you? All right, not a newfound passion, it's always been there. Now we move on to Bits Pilani, and let's hear about you guys.
I am Ambarish, 2nd year mechanical engineering student.
Hello, I'm Piyush. I'm a 2nd year mechanical student as well.
All right.
And about cars, I would say I fell in love with cars at a fairly young age.
Very young age.
So mechanical is and AQ is sort of helping me manifest it.
All right, great. And we hope you do well today, and all the best to you as well. AEC Agra is the 4th finalist. Tell us about yourselves, guys.
I'm Abhishek Verma, and I'm an electronics and communication engineering student, and I'm from AEC Agra.
Hi, this is Danish. I'm from Anand Engineering College, and I'm in mechanical engineering final year.
All right, lots of mechanical engineers here today, and of course that means that they probably stand a slightly better chance than the others, but you never know because auto passion, well, it's always all-pervasive. All the best to all teams. Let's get things started right away. Now, of course, there's going to be different rounds here for all of you to compete in. There's going to be different rounds for you to pick up a whole lot of kilometers. We're not calling them points this time. You have to go the furthest distance possible, and the team that goes furthest, of course, qualifies for our mega final. Now, very quickly, the first round is called Start Your Engines. So, of course, that's exactly what we want all of you to do. And what we'll see here is a grid that's going to come up on the big screen here next to me. You're going to have choices, and you have to just select the topic you want, and then I ask you a question about it. All clear? All right, you can pick up 10 kilometers here for a right answer. IIT Roorkee, I'm going to start with you. Let's take a look at the choices. So you can see here that they're all famous personalities from the world of automobiles, and let me have your choice.
Lamborghini.
All right, so Ferruccio Lamborghini is the choice from IIT Roorkee. Let's take a look at the question. Of which car did Ferruccio Lamborghini say that I had a lot of respect for the owner, but I didn't like his cars very much. They felt heavy and didn't really go very fast.
Enzo Ferrari.
Enzo Ferrari is not the right answer. It passes to IIT Delhi. You can pick up 5 kilometers on this one. Pass. Bits Pilani, any ideas?
Ferrari 350 GT.
No, we're talking about who, not what car. Passing to AEC Agra.
Ferdinand Porsche.
Not Ferdinand Porsche either. Well, it was a bit of a googly, right? You expected the answer to be Enzo Ferrari. The answer actually is close enough to that, just a few kilometers away. We had Maserati, the Alfieri and Antonio Maserati brothers is who they actually were talking about there. All right, go to IIT Delhi next. You got the same grid. Of course, remember that Lamborghini is no longer an option, but you've got a whole lot of other personalities there that are still up for grabs. Go ahead and give us your choice.
Porsche.
All right, so we've got Porsche. That's the choice coming in from IIT Delhi. And your question on Ferdinand Porsche is, he was a chauffeur for a very renowned world leader early on in his career, his association with automobiles. Who are we talking about? Very significant personality.
Archduke Ferdinand.
That is absolutely correct. Archduke Ferdinand from Austria is the right answer, and first points getting picked up here. IIT Delhi moves 10 kilometers ahead of the rest on that direct question. All right, so of course you know that the Archduke was the man who was assassinated, caused the World War to start. But let's move on now and get on to our own battle here. Bits Pilani, your choice. Let's take a look at the grid, and of course you've got 2 choices there that are missing, but you've got a whole lot more that you can choose from.
Lee Iacocca.
Lee Iacocca, and that's an American legend. Let's take a look at the question on Mr. Iacocca. And your question then, Bits Pilani, is the launch of which iconic car saw Lee Iacocca's picture appear on the cover of both Newsweek and Time magazine in the same week?
Ford Mustang.
Ford Mustang is the right answer. That's a very, very smartly thought of answer because you would think it's a Chrysler, isn't it? But it was the Ford Mustang indeed. So 10 kilometers for Bits Pilani as well. And AC Agra, let's see if you can pick up some points here and take a look at the grid once again. And you've got a fair number of choices still left on that screen. Let's hear it.
Enzo Ferrari.
Enzo Ferrari. I was wondering how none of you had picked that yet. So let's take a look at the question on Mr. Ferrari. Now, Enzo Ferrari, of course, is one of the biggest legends around. Which was the last car that he commissioned before his death?
F40.
F40 is the right answer. And so, of course, you knew that one, I think. Expecting it almost in some senses. All right, so 10 kilometers for you as well. And that brings us to the end of the first round. Start your engines. Well, it seems like most of you seem to have not just started, but moved forward as well. 10 kilometers is what I think all the three teams here seem to have picked up. Let's take a look at where the scores stand right now. IIT Roorkee, don't look so disheartened because there's still plenty of opportunity and plenty of rounds left here. Then, of course, you've got IIT Delhi, Bits Pilani and AC Agra all tied right now in first place at 10 kilometers. So at the end of round one, you can see that all the teams are still pretty close. IIT Roorkee yet to open their account, but of course there's plenty more quizzing that's going to be coming up. As we take a short break, let's also bring to you the entire journey that these teams have had to make to get to this point. Our North Zone was fairly well contested. Take a look at that and join us after a very short break. Welcome back to the AQ. Now it's time for round two teams and there is plenty to play for here. It's a very interesting round as well. We call it traffic signal. It's the first traffic signal that you're coming up to. And what you will see here is that we want to get an answer from all of you and we're going to give you some clues. If you get it right on the very first clue, you have the chance to pick up 20 kilometers. If you can't get it right, don't think you know it, you need the second clue, well, we'll give you another clue and then you have the chance to pick up 10 kilometers. If you still don't get it right, still don't think you know what it is, well, there's a third clue. And if you get it on the third clue, you can pick up 5 kilometers. So, all set. This time, we're going to start this round in the reverse order. AC Agra coming to you first. Let's take a look at your first clue. When this brand was put on the block, one of the first companies approached was Mahindra. What company are we talking about?
Is it Hummer?
Hummer is the right answer. That was a good lucky guess, I suppose, because, well, you managed to pick yourselves 20 kilometers on that one, so we don't need to go to the next two clues in any case. And so now you get the idea, right? I mean, basically, you got lots of clues that you can pick up here and try and give me the answer. Bits Pilani, let's take a look at your question next. All right, we're talking about a person here. He won the karting world championship in 2001, beating Schumacher at a karting race. Who am I talking about? A guess is also fine. Don't forget, no negative marking.
Lewis Hamilton.
No, it's not Lewis Hamilton. Let's take a look at your next clue. He raced for Red Bull and Toro Rosso.
Sebastian Vettel.
Not Vettel. Last clue coming up for a chance to pick up 5 kilometers here. Join Force India as the second driver. That should do it.
Adrian Sutil.
Not Adrian Sutil. We're talking about Luigi. We're talking about Luigi, who recently, of course, came in. Don't be disheartened by that one. So you got, of course, still chances to pick up lots more kilometers. We move on to IIT Delhi. Let's take a look at your clues, which are coming up on your screens right now. All right, so again, now we are looking for a company. This company has recently developed high-thane engines for buses along with Eden Energy of Australia. It's a collaboration. Which company am I talking about? All right, any guesses? Otherwise, we move on to the next clue. Take a look at the next clue. And, well, it claims to be the largest provider of logistics vehicles to the Indian Army.
Tatra.
Not Tatra. And finally, the last clue on your screens, 8 out of 10 metro state transport buses in India are from this manufacturer. Transport buses, state transport buses are from this manufacturer.
Ashok Leyland.
Ashok Leyland is correct. That is correct. And so you pick up 5 kilometers on that one. And finally, let's take a look at IIT Roorkee's special question in our traffic signal round. And the first clue on your screen, iDrive is a computer system used to control most secondary vehicle systems of this car company.
BMW.
BMW is the right answer. 20 kilometers to IIT Roorkee. And, well, they were the pioneers, of course, with this sort of computer system. Now you see it on many, many, many cars. All right, so that was an interesting round. I think we'll have to take a look at the scoreboard on this one because there is a bit of shuffling that seems to have happened there. Scoreboard. All right, the way things stand, BITS Pilani at 10 kilometers, IIT Delhi at 15 kilometers, IIT Roorkee at 20 kilometers in second place, and AIT Agra screaming ahead at 30 kilometers right now, getting that nice answer in that last round. So, all right, we've got still lots up for grabs. It's still pretty close. And we quickly move into our next round. This one is called shifting gears, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's change the pace of this a little bit. And do all of you watch the car and bike show on NDTV? At least sometimes when your studies allow it. All right, some nods over there. Let's take a look at what this round is all about. Shifting gears is essentially going to be an audio-visual clip from the car and bike show. And once you've seen that, you get a chance to, of course, answer the question that I will ask you on it. But if I am directing the question at a particular team, the other 3 teams watch closely as well, because you have a chance to pick up some extra points here. And so you've got to hit the buzzer. If you think you might know something about that clip, hit the buzzer. The question will pass to the team that hits the buzzer first. All right? So this is only the question passes. All right, are we all clear? Okay, we're going to again go back to IIT Roorkee and start with you on this one. And let's take a look at what your clue is. The Ferrari assembly line. Just saying that is fantastic. Most people buying Ferraris still like to buy a red one, and so about 70% of all Ferraris sold are red. So that was a clip quite clearly about the Ferrari plant. Now, my question is, and remember the rest of you have to be ready as well, where is the Ferrari headquarters and plant located?
Maranello.
Maranello, Italy is the right answer, and I knew that you were going to get that one, but that's the idea, guys. You've got to keep that one going. I think IIT Delhi seemed to be the quickest on the buzzer on that one, but doesn't matter. Now let's listen to the clue for IIT Delhi. The next clip coming up for you now. All right, we're coming up to the edge now. No gears, no accelerator, no clutch, and no brake. Now there's a surprise, isn't it? No need to touch the brakes or the gears or the accelerator. Just steer safely down. What you saw there, of course, was me coming down a slope, fairly steep one at that, and you heard what I said. The question to you, IIT Delhi, is what's the feature that was allowing me to do that? What's the feature on that car that was allowing me to do that? No brake, no clutch, no accelerator. Just steer.
Active drive.
Or not active drive. I think BITS Pilani was
Hill
the first.
descent system.
Hill descent control, I'll give it to you. That's the right answer. Hill descent control is what we're looking for. That's, of course, standard now on the 4-wheel drive Skoda Yeti, and that's what you saw there on that particular clip. All right, so you've managed to pick up some pass points there, but let's see if you can do something with your own clue as well. The clip now for BITS Pilani. Kinetic has been on a roll after the good response to its sports bike, the Comet. The bookings closed with people left wanting. All right, what you saw there was a motorcycle. My very simple question to you is that though it was branded Kinetic in India, what's the original manufacturer?
Hyosung.
Hyosung. Where from, you know?
South Korea.
Well, Taiwan, but that's all right. Hyosung is the right answer, and that is absolutely right. And finally, of course, we have the clip for AEC Agra.
The assembly process in the Hoskote plant is labour-intensive compared to the highly automated European plants. And India's relatively low labour cost has provided the edge.
All right, so you got to see a big hulk of a truck there, AEC Agra. The question to you is, very simply, who is the Indian joint venture partner for Volvo Trucks in India? Joint venture partner for Volvo Trucks in India. All right, that I think is time, and we'll have to now go to BITS Pilani because you were the only guys with the buzzer. Aisha is the right answer, and you do pick up more points there. So BITS Pilani on a roll in shifting gears. Seems to have picked up well, the lion's share of what was available there in terms of the kilometers up for grabs. And with that, let's take a look at where things stand right now. The scoreboard on your screens: IIT Delhi placed 4th with 15 kilometers. Roorkee in 2nd place, tied with AEC Agra at 30 kilometers. BITS Pilani on a roll at 40 kilometers, very much in the lead right now. So you saw things stand right now. It's still pretty close because we got a action-packed, high-scoring round that's coming up after a very short break. So a chance for all these teams to completely turn things around. All that action is coming up after a very short commercial break. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the Mahindra IQ here on NDTV. We are having ourselves quite some fun here. 4 teams from the North Zone, all fairly closely poised at this stage because we've got a whole lot that's coming their way. It's all very fast-paced. And this one, guys, is the buzzer round. We call it fast lane. And, of course, you have to get yourselves into overdrive, into that fast lane now because you can pick up a whole lot of points here. But there is a catch. There's 10 kilometers for every right answer, minus 10 for every wrong answer. So you can go 10 kilometers forward or 10 back. The first team that hits the buzzer gets to answer the question. Should we go? Let's get things started in our fast lane right now. The first question is, which car was Sachin Tendulkar presented with on equaling Don Bradman's record of 29 test centuries? BITS Pilani is the only buzzer I see.
Ferrari 360 Spy.
Ferrari 360 Modena.
That is correct. I'll give you that. Ferrari 360 Modena is the right answer. The next question coming up now is, who is the first Formula 1 driver to win a race in the KERS or KERS-enabled car? IIT Delhi.
Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton is the right answer. Moving on now. Name the car from the Lamborghini stable that you will see on your screens now.
Reventón Spider.
You want to? I'll give you that, but you want to clarify that it's not the Reventón Spider.
It's the Lamborghini Reventón.
I'll give you that. It's the Roadster. That's the only thing I was looking for, but that's all right. That's fine. The Spider, Roadster, we'll give you that. The Reventón is the right answer. Moving on to the next one. Which famous car brand was named after the daughter of Emil Yelling?
Mercedes.
Mercedes is the right answer. All right, that was an easy one. That's right. Let's keep it coming. All the encouragement. And moving on then, what is the super sports car from Audi that's available in India called? IIT Rookie. Will it be quicker than that?
R8.
R8 is the right answer. In India, what on a car should be in red, minimally 10 centimeters by 9 centimeters in size, and against a square white background?
L for
Learner's plate is the right answer. That pretty much brings us to the end of today's edition of the AQ. And we can see some people getting excited already. Let's take a look at where scores actually stand and which team from the North Zone has actually managed to qualify for our grand final. Take a look at the scores now on your screen. Well, we of course will take a look at where each team has managed to finally end up. IIT Delhi is 25 kilometers, AEC Agra at 30 kilometers. IIT Roorkee and BITS Pilani at this stage at 60 kilometers. So we actually have a tie. There is some excitement kicking in. And, well, you really seem to have caught up over there as far as the overall mileage is concerned. IIT Roorkee, good job. And now, of course, that means we have to go into a tiebreaker. I will ask one question. The team that hits the buzzer first gets a chance to answer that question. If you get it right, of course, you go ahead. If you get it wrong, the other team qualifies. Are we ready? All right, listen very closely. In a car, what are butterfly, gull-wing, scissor, canopy, and suicide different types of?
Doors.
Doors is the right answer. BITS Pilani qualifies into the final. And there you had it. It was just a matter of hitting the buzzer first. It was a fairly easy question. BITS Pilani, fantastic over there. I think your reflexes certainly seem to have been tested this time around. All right, so there you have it, folks. It is BITS Pilani that goes through to our grand final from the North Zone. Lots of drama, lots of excitement. Let's take a look at the final scoreboard. And, well, there you can see that BITS Pilani has now run ahead into the lead with 70 kilometers and qualified. Many congratulations to both of you from BITS Pilani. A big round of applause for this team. Very well played, everyone here. All right, at this particular point, I'd like to invite Roma Balwani from Mahindra to please come up here and congratulate our winners today. We've got some prizes to be given away as well. Hi, Roma. They really fought hard. Come on, we can give them a nice big round of applause. don't forget that you run your city round in any case. Yeah. To the finals. There you go. Remember, all these contestants, it's been a tough road for them to get here. They all qualified in their cities, and now, of course, we have Vith Pilani qualifying for the national final. We will see you next week when, of course, we'll have teams from yet another part of the country. Join us then, and the excitement will continue on the Mahindra AQ right here on NDTV.